What's up guys? So today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys the difference between putting your product in blow dried hair versus hair that has not been blow dried or damp, slightly damp hair. Let's get into it. But before we get into it, be sure to check out the channel, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, that way you don't miss any of my future content. Also hit that like button guys, because it really helps me out with the algorithms and I would greatly appreciate it. And shoot me a follow on Instagram at Adams Hair Stuff. Alright guys, so like I said, we're going to be showing you what the difference is between applying product to blow dried hair versus slightly damp or towel dried hair. And the major key differences between this is the fact that when you are using product in slightly damp hair or in hair that has not been pre-styled using a blow dryer, is that you are relying solely on the product to do most of the work for you, okay? You are using the product to basically achieve your volume, to achieve your shape, to pull everything together, and to just give you your overall style. And there's nothing wrong with that. It depends on what your end goal is in your style, what you're going for. But the thing is that I think there's a big misconception out there with people who think that good hair comes from a product or from the type of pomade or gel or type of clays, whatever it is that you like to use. That's where you're getting your hairstyle from. And trust me, from experience in being a barber for a while now and seeing how hair reacts and what it's all about, that is so far from the truth. And what it is it all starts with a good haircut. So you got to make sure that you guys are going to a good barber or a good stylist who actually knows how to cut hair to fit your specific style and your face shape. So starting it off with a good haircut, make sure you know exactly what you're trying to go for, guys. So like for me, for instance, my hair right now, I'm going with a very nice and high and tight shorter pompadour right now. So it's not super long. It's not something that I'm expecting to be hard to style with having length on the top or nothing. I know the end goal of what I'm trying to go for in my hairstyle. So make sure that you guys are going to a good barber or stylist to start it off with getting a good haircut, because that is where it all starts. And then after that guys, once you have the good hairstyle and the haircut that has been cut in the right way so that it complements the end style that you are trying to achieve. Next is going to be whether you want to decide to use either a pre-styler or blow drying, or just go straight in with your product. Now, like I said before, if you choose to not use the blow dryer, the thing is that you are going to be relying solely on the product. And while there are some great products out there that can get the job done for you, in my opinion, I do not think that it is going to be the best way to achieve your end style. But it can get the job done, and I've done it for years before I was a barber. I know a lot of you guys probably do not use a blow dryer and go straight in with slightly damp hair or maybe very towel dried hair, as dry as you can get it. Nothing wrong with that. The only issue is that you do not provide a nice solid foundation or base for your product to actually pull that whole style together, okay? And that is where pre-styling, I think, is very important. Because if you pre-style your hair with a blow dryer beforehand, guys, what you're doing is you're basically shaping the hair to what you are wanting to have the style end up being. You are going to end up having more volume, you're going to have more control when you actually are using the product, and you're just going to have a better end result altogether if you are using a blow dryer and pre-styling. Now, I do know that there is a learning curve to using a blow dryer, so if you're interested in how to blow dry your hair like a pro, there will be a card up here so that you guys can check out a video where I've done a video on how to blow dry the right way. So if you're interested in that, be sure to check that video out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pan over to some other footage where I'm going to style my hair, starting off with slightly damp hair and then starting off with the blow dried pre-styled hair. That way you guys can see the process of how it all comes together using either method. So we're starting off here with the slightly damp hair. We're going to be using Totem water-based pomade here. Now, I love this stuff because it has a medium hold with a low to natural shine, so very good for what I am trying to achieve in this hairstyle. And that is just a regular basic pompadour, guys. So we're applying this stuff, taking out some of from the jar, emulsifying it in the hands, getting it into the hair,
And the thing about it with the damp hair that I've noticed is that you got to use quite a bit of product, at least for my hair texture. I have a very dense head of hair, have a lot of it up there, so we got to use a bit more product to actually coat the hair to get it to do what we want, just because you are solely relying on the product to do everything for you. Now we're going to comb through with our fishtail comb here and start getting the shape that we want and styling it up to where we like. Now I'm just messing around with this stuff here, man. We are shaping it into where we want it to go. This stuff in this method, it gets the job done. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing it this way. As you guys can see, I'm getting some pretty decent results with it. We got a little bit of volume there in the front, and the end result right here I think looks great. There's a few flyaways here and there, but no big deal. We can always comb those back into place and set those into the style a little bit tighter. But again, very good style at the end here, and I was happy with the results. Now we're going to be going in with the blow dried hair here, okay? So again, using Totem water-based pomade in the blow dried hair. As you guys see, my hair is kind of already shaped a little bit better from the beginning here, as opposed to when I put it in slightly damp. Now we're going to use some more product in the hair right here. Now the thing, again, what I've noticed is that since you have blow dried the hair and kind of styled it previously to put in your product, the end result is you not using as much product in the hair. So for this, I used about a scoop and a half to get my hair to what I wanted it to do, because again, using the pre-styling method with the blow drying, I've already shaped my hair to where I wanted, got the volume that I wanted, and it was already ready to go. So now here when we're combing it in, basically what we're doing, we're just distributing the product a little bit more evenly, and kind of combing things into place and tightening it up a little bit. But that shape was already there to begin with, so it makes styling like this very effortlessly, because it's already locked in for you, and it takes minimal effort and minimum product to actually hold everything together. Now you guys can see at this end result, I really love how my hair came out right here. It ended up being a very nice style for me throughout the day. So again, in my opinion, this is going to be the best way to style your hair, is if you're using this blow dry method, because as you guys can see, it was a lot easier for me to style and I had to use less product.
So there you have it, man. So those are the differences between using a product in slightly damp hair versus using it in pre-styled blow-dried hair. So while I do love the product that I'm using, which was Totem in this video, which if you're interested, guys, there will be a link in the top pinned comment if you're wanting to pick some of that stuff up. Even though that product for me works great in my kind of hair texture, it's definitely going to be a little bit easier to use, in my opinion, with blow-dried hair, just because you already have that shape kind of locked in before you even put in the product, as you saw in the footage there. My hair was already ready to go, basically. You didn't even have to throw product in it that much, and that's the thing that I liked about blow drying as well, is that because you already kind of set in your style, you already got the volume, the shape down, is you got to use less product, okay? So in the long run, you're actually saving out on product and not using so much of it in your hair at the time. The slightly damp hair part of the video, I actually ended up using about 3.5 scoops in my hair, because it is just, you're relying solely just on the product to get the job done. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but just know that you're going to be using a little bit more product, versus when I had the blow dried hair, I used a scoop and a half. Okay, so it's a big difference for me personally. The hair was already set and ready to go before I put in the product, so therefore I had to use less product to put it all together. I was just using it as a finishing tool, basically, to pull the hair together, keep the style up. It's nice and sticky, the Totem pomade, so it pulls the hairs together and has it all come together uniformly. And that, in my opinion, is the best way if you're trying to get the best style you possibly can. Now, with that being said, guys, I do not think there's anything wrong if you do not blow dry your hair. Not at all. If you don't want to, I get it. It takes a little bit more time. But at the same time, I think it probably ends up averaging about the same amount of time put into it, because when you're not using the product in blow dried hair, you're fighting with it and fiddling with it a little bit more, as opposed to having the shape already set for you from the blow drying. But in no way I don't believe that that you cannot use your product in non-blow dried hair. If you want to use it in slightly damp hair, there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, some products actually do perform a little bit easier on application when it comes to putting it in slightly damp hair. I know my product, the Totem water soluble stuff, It works great in slightly damp hair. It applies a lot smoother, and it combs through a little bit easy. The only thing is you get a little bit less performance in the hold and on the finish of it, because it becomes a little bit more shiny, a little bit more sheen to it. And then once that water kind of dissipates and everything sets in, then it becomes a little bit more natural looking. But it depends on what you're going for, because the products are always going to perform different in the slightly damp versus the blow dried hair. So this video, I wanted to just make that clear for you guys, because again, there's been a lot of misinformation, I think, and confusion about what a product or a pomade, whatever it is what the real purpose of it is, okay? And it's not just to give you a good hairstyle. It's mainly just to apply to the finish of the haircut. Pull everything together, give you the end sheen, the end look, the texture, that kind of thing, the end result. But that's gonna wrap it up for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was some clarification for you guys who are kind of confused about this or just don't know about it, you know, who don't really pay attention to this kind of thing or just want to improve your style, because that's the end goal of this channel, guys, is to make sure that I'm helping you out and being the best version of yourself through your grooming routine and with your hair. So I'm just putting the information out there for you guys to actually kind of see what I'm talking about with these kind of things, coming from the perspective of a barber. But if you have any questions, concerns, or any general feedback at all, guys, be sure to leave a comment down below. I always like to read the comments, and you know, I think it makes the videos a little bit better for other input from other people, not just from myself. So leave a comment down below. Also, make sure you check out the products, guys. Adam's hair stuff is out and now available. We got Totem, like I've used in the video. We got Shapeshifter, which is the clay pomade and matte finish firm hold stuff. And I got a warrior oil, a beard oil, or all-purpose oil that has been very great, and I've gotten a lot of good feedback on. So again, if you're interested in that, guys, there'll be a link in the top pinned comment, also in the description. But right on, guys, thanks for checking this one out. Stay fresh, because you deserve the best, and we will see you guys next time. Take it easy.